So the question often is, can you drive one of these pony cars all year round, whether it be Camaro or a Mustang? And for this test here on 10-minute test drive, we're going to check out the V6 Camaro RS. So let's have a quick walk around here on the Camaro. As you can see, it is in the what Chevrolet calls the Rally Yellow, and it has the RS package, which means it has the fancy HID headlights and the halo rings around it. But other than that, it looks like your standard Camaro. As we walk along the side here in the profile, and we'll see if we can get into the tire here. This one is actually equipped with Pirelli winter tires, so let's see, we can get that in there. These are the Pirelli, and then if we can come down here, Scorpion, see if you can read that, ice and snow. Let's try that again. So here we go, it's the Scorpion ice and snow tires. As you can see, it's a little dirty because it is January here in Michigan, and the weather has been absolute crap. It's 27 degrees today, and this is the warmest it's been in like 2 weeks. So as we finish our walk around here on the Camaro, we're going to jump in and tell you a little bit about what we think about this car. Come on in. So one thing we can tell you is that this Camaro drives a lot like the Camaro that we tested back in July when we had the V8 SS, the 2LT model, and this is also a 2LT model, which means it's pretty much loaded. It has the better Boston acoustic stereo system, it has heated seats, and all the other knickknacks that usually come when you load up a car. One thing that we can definitely tell you about the V6 version here is that you definitely feel that it is 200 pounds lighter. It definitely has a much lighter, crisper feel to it, both in normal driving and also just in the general steering feel. One thing we're very happy with is the 3.6 liter V6 underneath there, 315 horsepower, or 304 horsepower, and very, very peppy, has a great sound to it. And if we weren't here in driving through the park here, we'd hammer it here, and perhaps we'll get a chance to do a quick 0 to 60 test that we can edit it in here and let you hear a little bit of what it sounds like. But it does sound very, very good. An aftermarket exhaust system would probably make it sound just a little bit better. But you know, if this thing had the manual transmission in it, which it was supposed to come with, but apparently they were out of them when they sent it to us. So we did get the winter tires, we just get the manual transmission that we were supposed to. This might be more fun and more enjoyable to drive than the V8 that we tested back this summer. And I can't believe I'm actually saying that, because I am a V8 person. I am of the school that too much is never enough when it comes to horsepower. But for the most part, this is a great car to drive. I've had a lot of fun with it here in the last week. We put almost 400 miles on it. If we had some critiques about it, it would be two things. One is the interior, some of the interior bits. So as we talked about in our written review, again back when we had the SS model, is that the interior is very plasticky. One thing that's a little difficult to see because it's not quite dark enough, but one of the things in the interior is this accent light that runs along the door here. It's a nice little touch. In this one implementation, we like a little better than the SS that we had earlier this year, mostly because it's the other with the orange interior was a little bit obnoxious. The last thing we wanted to point out is something that everyone knows about this car, but it's the blind spot in this thing. So if you go to check your head, yeah, you can't see anything. It's a blind spot the size of Rhode Island. So just that hasn't really changed too much in this car. And that's if you check that side, and then if you want to check on the other side here, you know, you can hide a small state inside of that. But Generally, the interior is, well, maybe what you'd expect. You've got all your little dials and gauges here, heated seats, which are nice, all your adjustments here. Stereo is pretty good. The iPod implementation is not too bad. There's a couple things with the menu that we'd like to see tweaked differently, but hey, you know, beggars and choosers and all that. The other issue that we have had is that for a V6 that's sold on performance with mileage, this thing hasn't had the mileage. It's rated for 29 on the highway, and we conducted 3 different tests on a 40-mile loop, just setting the cruise at 73 miles an hour to see what kind of mileage we could get, and the best that we managed to get was 23.9, which we're pretty disappointed in because it's rated for 29 on the highway. I'm sorry, we got 24.5. So we did get 24.5 on one loop, but 23.9 on the 2 other ones. That's what it was. So pretty disappointed on that. Now it could have something to do with the fact that it's winter, and you can get things with air fuel mixture because it's cold. Also, the crappy gas that we get for a winter blend here in Michigan probably didn't help things either. So in conclusion, what I would say is that the V6 in the Camaro is actually a pretty fun ride. It's a decent value. This one's going to sticker with all the doodads. Just a tick over 30 grand. Obviously, if it was ours, we would knock off about 1,200 of that to get rid of the slush box transmission. Again, the 6-speed automatic in this that GM has is not necessarily our favorite. It works okay, but we definitely do not like the flappy button implementation here. It's just not good, and the computer overrides your choices far too many times. But all in all, we like it. It's a lot of fun, and we can't wait to take this against the new V6 motor that's going to be coming out in the Mustang here in the spring. It's performed very well here in the winter. The traction control works great. The winter tires that are on it have provided great grip. We've not had any issues whatsoever, and even on a couple icy spots near our house that we tested it on just to see how it worked, you know, obviously the ABS kicks in, but was able to work very well. So all in all, we like the car. We have some issues with the mileage, but if this thing had the 5-speed in it, we'd recommend it. It's a lot of fun.